Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing your daily tarot reading here for the 29th of June 2026. So let's see what we get here for you. Okay, so it just feels like at the moment there's one or two things that are weighing you down, and it just feels like things just seem to be getting a little bit complicated. But it does feel like here that you do know what you need to do, but it's just sometimes difficult kind of doing it, implementing it, or sometimes you're fighting against it and being told. So it almost feels like now you've got to start to look at this logically and groundedly and start to put things down or stop adding more to the situation. It's like something's got to give. And then I feel like as you do that, you'll gradually start to move forward, because the things that you're not happy about, but it just feels like for some reason you're going against the grain. It's like you're going the opposite way. It's almost like there's a little bit of fear that's creeping you in, as if to say, well, if I do this, what's going to happen? Is things going to get worse? But it can't get worse. That's what I feel here. It's almost like I feel as though you know what needs to be done. You've got to face this head on. So you've got to bring a little bit of strength into the situation. You've got to bring a little bit of passion to get your life back to where it needs to be. And you've got to stop overthinking things. Once you do this, balance restores. Balance finally restores itself. And then all of a sudden you can start to rebuild for the future. You can start to plan for the future. And then you'll be able to put the past behind you because you're focusing on the future. And you're just going to make all these wise, positive choices then as you move forward. And you can really start to think then long term about what you truly want and where you're kind of going. It's almost like sometimes the universe presents certain little things, little thoughts, little ideas, little seeds, as if to say, look, this is what you should be doing. But sometimes it's like we go the opposite way. It's almost like life can guide us if we look and we listen and we feel the energy, but sometimes we ignore it because it's like we're very stubborn. We want to go this way. We want to continue on that journey, no matter how difficult it is. And I'm not saying it's always a bad thing to do that, because sometimes we've got to trust our own intuition. But at the end of the day, we kind of know what's right from wrong, and what's sort of working and what isn't working, and we're just being dogmatic about it. So we've got to sort of see through the grey lines, and then as we do that, we can finally move forward. So not easy, not simple, but certainly not impossible. So do think about these things. So I'm going to sort of have a look now, long term, where you're kind of going. So again, as long as we put everything down and we start to focus on what we truly should be doing and not what we sort of fighting against, then I feel like we'll get there. We'll restore the balance, and this is what it's all about. We've got to restore that balance back. That feels the key thing to do. Okay, let me just pull you 3 angel cards out. Right, so you've got to have the confidence now to make the changes. Again, you've got to restore the balance. See, balance keeps coming in. And as you make these changes, perhaps don't worry about money too much. Money will resolve itself. It's almost like, it almost feels like it's kind of there. You're on the right path in a sense, but maybe not doing it in the right way. Maybe there's been a wrong turn made, and it's like you know where you should be going. There's a feeling like you need to, you know what you should be doing and where you're going, and you've got to stick to it and follow it through. But it's almost like I say, going this wrong direction. So let's get back on the right path. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that makes sense to you, and I really do wish you well for the future. And if any of you would like to book in for a more deeper private reading about this, feel free to book me at spirituallyguideme.co.uk. Thank you. Bye-bye.